Hello, good morning. Thank you all for joining us at this first Sapiens Technology Master webinar. So my name is Bart, and together with Joris Kuipers from Elia, we are leading the Sapiens Technology focus group. And we normally had scheduled an on-site old school masterclass on the 28th of May, which we replaced by 5 interesting webinars brought to you by Flexso and the value chain. So the first one up is a customer testimonial brought to you by Flexso and Terumo, and they will present themselves in a bit. But beforehand, some practicalities. So this session will be recorded, so it's available for you after the session. The chat is open for questions. So if you have any questions, please put them in the chat and we'll try to answer them after the webinar. And everybody should be on mute, so no worries if there is some background noise. So I think we are ready to start. I'll give the word to Thomas.
Hello, so thank you, Bart. My name is Thomas Holmes. I'm a technical SAP consultant from Flexso, and I will cover the technical part of this webinar.
Hello, everybody. My name is Anne Pauwels. I'm a senior business analyst make to deliver. I joined Terumo about a year ago, and I have about 20 years experience with SAP, mainly in manufacturing modules. For Terumo, I was the lead person for this project. I will present Terumo, our plant maintenance challenges, as well as the project approach and the key takeaways.
Hello, everybody. I am Thibaut Velje. I am SAP Plant Maintenance Consultant, and I covered the functional part at the Terumo project. And I will guide you further through this presentation. Let's have a look at the agenda. So first, Anne will talk about the challenges they faced at Terumo from a plant maintenance perspective. Then I will guide you through the solution we installed at Terumo. Thomas will explain the technical architecture, and we will end the presentation with the project approach and some key takeaways. But first, who's Flexso? I think most people know Flexso as an end-to-end partner who supports their clients with all their SAP requirements, going from S/4HANA towards cloud applications such as SuccessFactors, C/4HANA, but also with technology and digital innovations. And if you think about technology, technology is always considered to be very important within a company, because through technology you can innovate your business. We know that technology gives you the opportunity to create new applications that are more user-friendly, such as Fiori. And with Fiori, we can convert complex SAP processes towards easy flows. And you will see during the presentation how we used SAP with this new technology.
Okay, who is Terumo? Our main motto is contributing to society through healthcare. Terumo is a global organization and one of the world's leading manufacturers of medical devices and supplies. The word Terumo is derived from thermometer, which was the first product which we sold. Our global headquarters are located in Tokyo. The main products we produce, the most known ones, will be the needles and syringes. I'm sure most of you will find one of those in your medicine cabinet at home. Or you might also have heard of blood stents and guide wires used during interventional surgery. The headquarters of EMEA are located in Leuven, We were founded in 1971, and we support manufacturing in Leuven and Liverpool. And our global distribution center, well, the distribution center for EMEA, is located in Genk. A small introduction on our SAP system landscape. SAP was installed for Terumo Europe in 2013, and it was added with an extra client for the setup of Terumo Aortic in 2017. This was a business which was acquired a few years ago. We support, as I mentioned, 2 manufacturing sites from Terumo Europe and 2 extra manufacturing sites for Terumo Aortic, one in Glasgow and one in Florida. Sorry. Our SAP system is an ECC 6.0. Last winter, we moved all our systems to the Azure cloud. And for this year, we have a plan to go for a brownfield conversion towards S/4HANA. Now I will talk about the plant maintenance challenge, which we have at Terumo Europe. From business side, after the implementation of SAP in 2013, most of the plant maintenance functionalities were implemented, but there was only a limited use and a low efficiency was found from these functionalities. For example, it is difficult for a technician to register an incident in SAP when they are working on a machine. There is no online nor real-time registration, and entries are performed after the facts, often also with separate mail communications. Due to these effects, the management was looking for other enterprise asset management packages, like, for example, Ultimo and Maximo. On the other hand, the IT tactic is to keep SAP ECC as our preferred system of record. But we also allow time and budget for systems of innovation in the modus of sense-drive scale. As a result, we analyzed the requirements of our plant maintenance people again and explored the opportunities linked to the existing environment. This led to a demo which we have given to business and where we presented Fiori apps to be used for the plant maintenance processes and Power BI as a reporting tool. Next to that, we also met Flexso people and saw their demo at the last SAP festival. And we also had a previous good experience with Flexso because they already helped us with the implementation of Fiori apps for purchase order approval. As a consequence of that, July, Flexso was a visitor at Terumo and they demoed their PM solutions to the business. From that, we took the decision that we were ready for a project with Flexso to implement these Fiori apps.
Okay, let's have a look now at the solution that we have installed at Terumo. But first, we know Bob the builder, if a breakdown occurs in production, the maintenance technician, he needs to repair it. That's his main task, that's his main job. Of course, the registration of his actions sometimes still happen on a sheet of paper, and that's why we have presented here our Bob the builder on the slide. We see a lot of companies that are using SAP, plant maintenance, for instance, but they are looking for mobile solutions in order to facilitate the work and the registration of our Bob the builder and to make them more comfortable with the system. And next potential step is to add intelligent technologies on top of your foundation. For example, to integrate voice in the creation of maintenance requests. Okay, so we started at Terumo with our mobile PM package, And together with Terumo, we did a fit gap analysis, where we identified some deltas, which we took into account of the project. And all of this together was the scope of our project at Terumo. The solution consists of 3 different parts. So first, we have our PM mobile package, which consists of several PM Fiori apps, which I will explain after the slide. And then we have 2 custom-built apps, which Terumo, well, there was a need from the client Terumo to create maintenance orders directly in the system. We did this via this incident companion app. And there was also a need to consume spare parts immediately on a maintenance order, and we created also a new Fiori app for this action as well. First, our mobile PM package consists of 3 types of maintenance requests. The goal is the same: create a notification in the system. There can be some slight differences. For example, the notification type can be different, or some small parameters for reporting reasons. The result of these notifications can be consulted in the notification list. As well, a list for orders is available, and you also have the possibility to confirm or to start a time registration on a maintenance order, also via a Fiori app. Well, we presented this package to Terumo, and with Terumo, we decided to implement only the standard maintenance request notification list, the list of orders, and the confirmation of maintenance orders. And this I'm going to present you right now in a demo. So let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a notification in the system. Yes. So I'm going to select my equipment. It works either on code or on text. I'm going to enter here my equipment to 0002. I enter, and then immediately the equipment is entered, as well as the upper function location attached to the equipment is also displayed. You enter a description, for example, tube is broken, and there is a priority assigned, as well as a requested start date, and that's about it. So limited number of fields in order to create a maintenance request. You create the notification, and the result of this can be consulted in the notification list, where you see an overview of this here. So what do you see? You see the notification number, the description, the machine, the equipment, a status, and a certain priority. And you have the possibility also to click on the notification, where you see more details about it. So that's the first part, creation of notifications in the system via mobile apps. Now let's have a look at the confirmation of maintenance orders. Okay, the overview actually is exactly the same as where a technician starts his work. So I will only going to show the mobile app here. So I prepared already a maintenance order in advance, which needs to be started. So you have to imagine a technician arrives at his work and he wants to repair a certain machine. So he receives his maintenance order in the list. He selects the maintenance order, and the only action that the technician needs to take is to start work. So automatically, the time registration is recorded, is started. If you go back to the list, you will also see that the clock is ticking on this maintenance order, so the registration has started. If the technician has finished his job, he goes back in the maintenance order, and then he has 2 possibilities. Either he ends work, then, for example, he needs a break, or he will continue working on it tomorrow, so he ends work, or he has the possibility to finalize the work, means that the order will completely confirmed, and the TICO status is also immediately assigned to the work order. So this is what I'm going to show you right now. Yeah, and the order is also immediately hidden off the list. All right. Okay, so that's the first demo that I wanted to show you. I will go back now to my presentation, where I'm going to display the Delta. So the custom-built apps we made at Terumo is first the Incident Companion app. And the Incident Companion app was created at Terumo because there was the need to create maintenance orders immediately in the system. So there was a direct registration of the maintenance order, and we added some nice functionalities. So we introduced QR or barcode scanning, as well as the automatic time recording. So imagine there is a machine broken in production. The maintenance technician takes his mobile and he scans the barcode of the machine, and the only thing he also has to do next is start time registration. Then he has the reparation of the machine itself, and at the end he just needs to stop the time registration, and he defines what was the issue, what he did to solve the issue, and some extra parameters as well. So a limited number of fields and actions that needs to be taken in order to make a maintenance order via mobile app. Next to this, there was also a request to consume spare parts immediately on a maintenance order. For this, we created a desktop version of the spare parts consumption app, as there is a direct link with the previous app. I'm going to demo after the slides. Why we created a desktop version? Because it needs, well, it had to be very user-friendly and visible for the end user, because there is also an integration with a warehouse management system. And you will see immediately in the demo why we have chosen for the desktop version. Next to this, next to the desktop version we created to consume spare parts, we also created a mobile version, because this app is used for a dedicated maintenance team within Terumo, because they are working with planned maintenance orders. The previous app I explained is for urgent maintenance orders for which they want to consume spare parts on the app. This app is only considered to be used for planned maintenance orders. And so the technicians can only modify the quantities or delete components, so very limited actions. Okay, and I'm going to show these apps as well. Okay, so first, the Incident Companion app. It needs, I will just show it like this. Yes, so this is the view you would normally see on your mobile phone, for example. So you select the Incident Companion app. And normally the barcode opens to scan the barcode of the equipment, but as we are in a demo system now, you also have the possibility to enter the equipment code itself. So you enter the equipment number, and you get to see the equipment number with its description together with the assigned functional location. So these two actions a technician needs to take to start the registration of a maintenance order. We also made these buttons quite large, because you have to imagine that you are working on a mobile phone. Technicians are maybe not the most handful people, or yeah, to work with phones. They are good to work with their hands on the machines, but yeah, we made it quite user friendly, the apps. So now imagine that the technician needs spare parts for his job. I'm going to make it large again, right, like this. And I open my app. Now, what happens is that immediately, it's loading, just a second. Immediately, SAP knows that there is a maintenance order assigned to my equipment. I just scanned. I'll just go back and I try again. Yes, okay, now it comes. So you see here my maintenance order that was created with my Incident Companion app. This was the equipment I used. So it's, yeah, because we see that the app is built only for one user. So if you're making a registration of a maintenance order, it's user, yeah, how do you say? So the app is developed user specifically, and that's why he knows that there is this maintenance order linked between the two apps. So I'm going to add here a material. I think I'm missing a 0. Yes. So I get to see here the stock, and I want to say, okay, I need one material out of my warehouse, and I'm going to add this one immediately on my maintenance order. As we are working with warehouse management, they are making transfer orders, and once you get to see this screen, there is a transfer order immediately confirmed in the background, while goods issued on the maintenance order. You have the possibility to add new materials as well. Or yeah, you just have the possibility, if you said I needed 2 pieces, I can go back to my screen and just add one more. And then you should normally see that there will be 2 pieces used of this material. So once I exit my screen now, and the technician has done his job, his work, he goes back to the Incident Companion app. He scans again the barcode of the equipment, and SAP knows, okay, this was my order. I will stop now the time registration, and you can enter now what the issue was specifically of the problem. And here in these screens, you should have, well, you have the possibility in the near future to work with intelligent solutions, for example, that the text is entered by using your voice. So, but now I will enter it here manually. So, voice. You just find the solution. Noise is gone. Okay, and I confirm. And then there were some extra parameters Terumo asked specifically for reporting reasons. And I confirm my order. So with a limited number of clicks and actions, technicians are making maintenance orders directly in the system. Of course, this maintenance order can be consulted directly in your backend system of SAP. Okay. What I'm going to do now is showing you the mobile version. Okay, I will do it quickly. So I will check here my order. It was 874. So normally they work, they have barcodes of their maintenance orders. So I will go one screen back. So they scan normally the barcode of their maintenance order. I will just copy my maintenance order here, and I'll just quickly show you in this app. So this is again a mobile app. You enter the maintenance order, and these are the components that are planned to consume on a maintenance order. So you have the possibility to change or to delete or just immediately execute a goods issue. You can say yes, and these components are confirmed on your maintenance order. Okay, now I'll go back to my presentation. Okay, and Thomas will now explain you some more details about the technical architecture.
All right. Thank you, Thibaut. That was really nice. So now a really cool part, the technical architecture. So Terumo was actually looking for a next generation of plant maintenance applications. And they were thinking, how can we do this? And at some point, they came in contact with Flexso, and they decided to work with our plant maintenance package, which is built in Fiori. So Terumo decided to continue with Fiori as a framework for their applications. But why Fiori? Let's take a look at that. First of all, Fiori is a next generation user experience of SAP. So all the applications, all the processes will be redesigned, and in a way they will get a look and feel in Fiori. So we want to stay in line with the best practices and the future and the roadmap of SAP. The second point is that the Fiori framework gives you a responsive design. If you don't know what that means, it means that each application will have the same kind of look and feel on every kind of device. So the application will adapt itself to have a really nice feeling on each type of screen. And of course, very important to the road to S4HANA. Terumo is planning to do some conversions to S4HANA. And of course, when you say S4HANA, you also say Fiori. So they wanted to get ready for the future. So we decided, and Terumo decided to stay close with Fiori for the PM applications. All right, what do you actually need to run the applications? At Terumo, this is a Terumo architecture. At Terumo, they are working with a hub gateway on their SAP system. That actually means that the gateway system and the ECC system are separated from each other. The end users are connecting to the applications by their mobile devices or by a computer, a normal computer, and they do this via HTTPS connection through OData services who are connecting with the gateway server. And the gateway server is, of course, connecting with the SAP ECC system and retrieving the data. As you can see, it is also possible to work with an S4HANA system, so it's future-proof for the upcoming changes at Terumo. What you could also do is deploy the UI5 application on the SAP Cloud Platform instead of the gateway server. This means that the application itself will run in the cloud, but then you, of course, still need connection with your backend systems. And this you can do by simply adding the cloud connector to your landscape, which will provide a secure network channel between the cloud platform and your on-premise landscape. This way, your apps in the cloud can communicate with your systems. The rest of the setups stays quite the same. So when you want to run the application, a Fiori application, what can you do? You could open the application simply in the browser, like Chrome or Firefox. That will work because it's a web framework. But what you can also do is run them on the SAP Fiori client. And that's what we did at Terumo. So why did we choose to use the SAP Fiori client? The main reason is actually the use of mobile qualities. This means that the Fiori client enables your web application to communicate with native features of your phone. And for Terumo, this was really important because they wanted to use a camera of their phone or a tablet to scan some barcodes. Then, of course, the Fiori client offers a better performance through enhanced cache management. And next to that, it's also secured with the possibility to add an app passcode. So that's also really interesting. Now, where can you get the Fiori client? It's quite simple. It's just an application like any other application that you would run on your phone or install on your computer. So you can find it in the app stores or the Play Store, each store from each company, of course. But of course, Terumo didn't want each end user to install the application on its own phone and do the configuration by himself, because they have a lot of people using the applications. So they are using a tool called Microsoft Intune. And it actually provides a service to enable profiles for each employee. And this profile will enable the possibility to push applications and the configuration of an application on each device. So from an administration level, you can push the app on the device of everyone you want to use the application. So I will move around for
Okay, thank you, Thomas. I see we're running out of our time, so I will try to rush a little bit with the last few slides. For the project approach, you see this nice circle which identifies that we had an agile development cycle. We started from gathering the user requirements and performing the functionality mapping. Then Flexso, mainly Thomas and Nico, they started designing the screens via mockup and also designed the flow. They performed the development of the Fiori apps. There was unit testing and development completion. And after that, we had user acceptance testing and validation, which could then either allow to perform the release to production or go back to define the requirements. A very important step between the steps in the circle is that every time we had a demo with the business people to allow nice and fluent development and interaction with them, so that we were always sure to be on the right track. The key takeaways of the project, it was a really fun project with good vibes, and it resulted really in satisfying solutions for the business. We started from a good base via the package, and this allowed also for the business for their ideas to grow and to emerge. Some quotes that I gathered from the business identify that for them this was really successful, that they see a lot of benefits with these apps, and that the technicians are very positive to start using the apps and to use them in their day-to-day work. We're even now switching for smaller teams to use the apps also on tablets and no longer on mobile phones. Some lessons learned. The package is a really good base to familiarize with Fiori. The Agile project approach, as I mentioned, was key to a smooth and efficient development and to a very high user satisfaction. And the users are in this way also triggered to prepare for our next step to S/4HANA. One attention point, the authorizations and the mobile setup, they really need some extra attention. You need good documentation and follow the step-by-step activities to make sure that the puzzle fits and that it all works. So I think we can conclude now.
Yes, thank you, So we started this presentation with Bob the Builder, and Bob the Builder had a lot of paperwork to do, but I think that we can actually conclude that we upgraded Bob the Builder and that we achieved the digital next generation Bob the Builder, who is very happy with the mobile application on his brand new phone. So we will take some time to answer some questions. In the meantime, I already want to thank everyone who participated for this webinar and at the project. So especially Anne and Thibaut and Bart. It was a really nice project to do, so thank you for that. We will now take some time to check some questions. The first one we got is, does this solution work only on ECC or as well on S4HANA? So it's also S4HANA compliant indeed. Also because Terumo is planning to go to S4HANA in the future, so they wanted, of course, to be ready for the future. Then we have another one. At Fluxys, we are looking into online creation of notifications. Is it possible to add pictures or videos to the notifications? Of course, that's possible. I think it's something that should be seen in a fit gap analysis, but technically it's totally possible. Then we've got another one. Oh, is it possible? Yeah. The fourth one? I'm sorry, yeah, I'm looking at a small screen. Okay. Regarding automatic time registration, how does the system take into account the work done by 2 or more takes together? For this moment, it's only one tech person at the same time.
They can start their confirmation on the same order.
Yeah, of course, you can also answer.
The app can be used by each technician himself to start his own recording on the same order. So 2 or more technicians can work on the same order and each start their own confirmation, time confirmation.
Yeah, a little nuance I want to give. So the incident companion app was for one person specific. So that's basically someone who sees an incident and who wants to create an incident and fix it right away. So that was one flow, and the other flow is just time registration on a work order, and that's something that can be done by different technicians. So we've got actually 2 specific flows at Terumo. Does Terumo see the need for linking documents? That's something that Anne can answer.
Well, for the moment, we did not really get this requirement. We do need a link of documents when the incident is related to an NCR, for example. But then this is still done via the ECC client, where we have the options to link documents. For the moment, it is not seen as a requirement to combine this with Fiori apps.
Right.
The kind of device Terumo is using, our company type of phones is the iPhone, but we do have some external parties who come to Terumo to also help on interventions. And we noticed that the Fiori apps also seem to work on certain types of Samsung or other mobile phones. It is also possible to use the apps without any problem via the browser on tablets. Well, the acceptance on the floor, as I mentioned, was really good. So the question is, how was the acceptance on the floor? Was there special attention for change management? The team leader of the technicians, he has chosen to go for a step-by-step rollout, and the acceptance on the floor was really good. There are still a few teams which do not use the apps for the moment, but they are really eager to start with them because it's much more efficient and flexible than what they're using today. Okay, I leave a final word.
Yeah, all right, thank you. We cannot answer, of course, all the questions because we're running out of time. Of course, if you send some questions or we still want to answer them by mail, that's no problem. Also, we would like to ask, because of some technical difficulties, we can see everyone's email address. So you can send them in a private message to the host. So that we have all the email addresses to where we can send the slides of this presentation. So I think we can wrap up with this. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this webinar. And yeah, we enjoyed the project.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for joining us. We hope to see you next week. We have another webinar session planned on Tuesday, I think. And then every week we have one scheduled. So please look on the Sapiens website, click on the virtual sessions, and you will find all the information. So I think that's it for today. Thank you all. Thank you for joining, and see you next week. Bye.